Welcome everybody to Lit Canon. I'm your host, ThunderAF with B+.
B+. That's me.
Happy Easter. I hope everyone's Easter was really great.
I don't. I hope your Easter sucked.
Wow. Okay.
That said, I do want ham. Easter to me is ham.
I hope it was good ham.
I bet it's good ham.
I'm treating this as if it's like on Wednesday, days after Easter,
And
you are not.
I am ignoring that fact. Because I will not claim that ham was good until I have eaten it and proven that it is in fact good.
You're destroying the illusion.
Nope. I am a teller of truths.
Don't record it.
Fine.
It was the greatest ham I ever had.
It's delicious. Fucking great ham.
Okay.
As was my time with family.
They're wonderful people.
I'm staying in character here.
Anyway, happy Easter. So this week, we are looking at, I almost made that jump, weird. Superheroes meeting Jesus Christ. A crossover of biblical proportions.
I like how you said that that's like some trope that happens. Like, the classic, this time of year we always get the, Jesus Christ meeting superheroes storylines,
I'm in on that.
I have a confession. I loved it.
I know, it was wonderful.
I did. I do want to read the rest of it.
I will. Like I said, I bought the first issue because I'm on an Easter theme, and then I loved it. I bought the whole season 1, and I'm curious to check out.
There's multiple seasons of this?
Yes, I think.
Oh my god.
Season 2, I think, just came out.
That's awesome.
Because I think this is still a pretty new series.
That is awesome. I
haven't gotten it yet,
last.
but I'm probably, I probably will, because I'll fucking pimp this out real fast. The Second Coming by Mark Russell, wonderful.
But I absolutely loved this. It is the story of Jesus meeting superheroes.
Yeah. Okay. So we're living this. So this is about Jesus learning to be a stronger man. Fuck, I forgot we were playing. Oh. I'm sorry. That was my bad. I completely forgot we were playing.
One of the first things I wrote down was God equals toxic masculinity.
And he really does.
He does. And it's so tongue-in-cheek.
God is so mean.
Yeah.
And I'm talking canon, like literal canon God from the Bible is a dick.
Yeah, I mean.
So this version here.
I fall into, how do you worship this?
So this version here isn't that different, and they talk about how they made people in God's image, so people are dicks.
We're dicks because he's a dick.
So yeah, God was just this petty bully who's pranking other ghosts, like, you're gonna go to hell. I'm just kidding.
He's such a Chad.
Did you see the fruit? The fruit.
Yes.
The tree of knowledge in the
The
garden.
tree of knowledge is dongs.
And vaginas.
And pussy.
Yeah, the fruit were like dildo shaped and
fleshlight.
Thank you. Fleshlight balls. Like peaches.
It's like an orange fleshlight that she just munches into.
So that's what the fruit looked like back then. If that's what's going on in heaven,
why are we down here?
I've always loved the idea of adding more some kind of Christian Judeo theology into comics like this, like it just as much as Zeus. And
just in
Thor will pop up.
A mythos.
Yeah. And the story about Jesus's friend.
Oh yeah, that was
who
brutal.
I know, like he learned carpentry because of Jesus, and then he was the one that wound up making the cross that he was crucified on. Like Good stuff. Why do we honor a crucifix when it was just, just a way of execution? Cross wasn't anything special, guys.
I like this Jesus. He's nice. He's a little naive.
A little sheltered and naive.
A little naive. But I mean, I'm bored.
And I'm so curious about, like, God's reaction when he first sees Sunstar.
Oh, yeah. Like, he thinks that kid's the star quarterback.
Yeah. And
like the jealous dad wants the star quarterback kid instead. I think he's just like peak man.
But I think what made me more curious about it, what really ended up drawing me to wanting to get the whole series was just this weird thing. He's from another planet. Mm-hmm. So God's creating other planets. And I'm curious about that aspect of the mythology that has been built in this series. Yeah, but like it does not go into detail about the multiple planets, and I'm just so curious about the multiple planets. Because like there's like some line in the Bible that mentions multiple worlds or something that God created. So it's like aliens. I'm just wondering if that's where they were kind of coring from there, or well, I'm probably looking too deep into it. I don't know.
Oh, is that what they get into?
No, they don't. They don't at all.
Oh, okay.
Which is
don't want to missell this.
Left me a little disappointed, but I still loved the season 1. And I understand that it's a more humanized version of Superman, essentially, a Sunstar. Mm-hmm. But he feels too humanized. The robots in the earlier part.
No.
Oh, like they rob a bank. These robots robbing a bank, and
oh yeah,
Sunstar comes in, like fucking knocks the head off of one of them and whatnot. Spoiler alert for issue 2, those weren't robots. Those were actual just people in suits, and he like legit like ripped somebody's head off. So he feels guilty about that. So they have some stuff to work through.
No, that's what I liked about it. The fact that he's obviously not an exceptionally good person.
Yeah.
Like he's powered and he's doing the best to be a good person, but he's not just
a good
a beacon of
I think it would
goodness.
be interesting if he was a beacon of. But then having no secret identity, and then just being with the reporter, just out in the open.
Seems like a bold life choice for her.
And how casual, like, red tape is, stuff like this. Like, we can't get married because he's from another planet. Oh, well, now I see your problem why your documents aren't working.
You say you're not married, you can't adopt this child, and you also cannot have children.
Well, it's just like, yeah, there's this one guy where why they couldn't get married is because he's from another planet, he doesn't have the proper paperwork, and that's the only reason that they can't get married. And like, when they go after like a god shows up, it's like, hey, can you like raise my son some more?
Can you man up my sissy boy? That's basically what
what happens. And there's like, all right.
It's like, I don't feel like I'm allowed to say no.
But then Sunstar's first outing with Jesus, and they go crash the like Pokemon card forgers. Or like Yu-Gi-Oh card forgers.
So funny. What a weird fucking thing for them to put in.
So they do that. And
it's just so tongue-in-cheek that I'm like, that's awesome.
Sunstar throws the shoe at the guy at the guard and never retrieves it.
That just wanders around with only one shoe.
I don't
what
was that
understand.
strategy?
I don't know. I thought maybe that's some sort of like nod and wink to something in the Bible.
I don't know. Maybe. Because I know there was like a behind-the-scenes sketch that they had that mentioned like he has just like a bulk amount of red shoes for some reason. Like I don't know if that was canon or what, but yeah, he just throws the shoe and just walks around with one shoe off.
Meanwhile, Jesus is out like just helping the homeless,
like
and like feeding them, taking care of people.
Sunstar is beating these criminals and then throwing them out the building, and Jesus is landing, or they're landing near Jesus, so Jesus is kind of like, hey, I'll take care of you. And he
like
heals
healing them and
So,
like heals them
yeah.
and just sends them on their way.
Because like, Jesus isn't about that violence, and Sunstar is. The
Counterfeit Pokemon cards.
Yeah, and then Sunstar corners the boss, and the boss fucking like overdoses himself on poison. Like,
We're all over here in town.
like guy, how much? Like, what did you think was gonna happen to you? Like, did he think Sunstar was gonna kill him, or because Sunstar is reckless?
He was so afraid of
But
his...
he killed himself over going to jail for card forgery, which
I was thinking he was like a mafia don sort of thing, and rather than rat out his boys.
I hope.
I really liked the not so subtle sticking point of how no one seems to be interested in actually helping or doing what Jesus.
Yeah,
Jesus'
that's
writing.
I mean, that's the big thing in this series is how. Like the message has been corrupted and tweaked, because I think
it's been politicized.
Yeah,
and the dangers of that.
Yeah, and it even goes on, like, it's one of my favorite things was that he's wondering like who some of the people are that wrote in the Bible. He's like, I don't know this guy. This guy was born 100 years after me. What's he say? Like, oh yeah, he came to you in a vision, or you came to him in a vision, and that's what he wrote on. I just think that it just makes me wonder.
Okay, you must be delving into second.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Because I'm like, what?
But
and I'm blown away. I'm like, yeah, I'm on board.
Like, it's just because it's canon. Like in the Bible, it's like what the Bible canonized themselves. A Jesus that's like fighting dragons, because that could have been canon if the people who fucking canonized the Bible had fucking canonized it, but they didn't. Jesus fighting dragons.
It could have been a thing where it was a thing.
Like, that was one of the scriptures written, but it wasn't canonized. Like, Jesus was like a teenager at one point, So he hadn't quite, figured out the pacifism thing. So he was still kind of mean when he was a teen, and that's what some of these stories were about. And he fights a dragon.
That's awesome.
But it wasn't canonized. So you'll wonder, just like, this is about as canon as that story about the dragon. Legit. Should this be a movie?
I want an Amazon Prime The Boys style.
Should this be canonized in the Bible? Should the Bible come out with the Newer Testament?
He came to me in a vision.
And this should be a part of the canon of Jesus and God. Like, just as much as the Book of Mormon is canon, this is officially canon. All right, well, thank you for listening, everybody. Like, subscribe. We're on Twitter. I think Lit Canon Podcast. I couldn't fit the A in there. At Facebook, yeah. Just, whoa.
All of the animals.
And yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Oh boy.